Real estate is the easiest job and the most money you can make it as a realtor is that
When it comes to momentum, it's hard to build.
either a person blocks me or they call me. Selling one house and we make so much money out of it, which other business can give this amount of money?
If you're not on social media, if you're not
Yeah.
on Instagram, you're not on the TikToks, and you're not putting your face out there, I really strongly feel that you're not doing enough.
And people, why we're giving undue importance to other people? They have better things to do. The last thing is they're going to be talking about you in their living room with the family time when they're having it. No, dude, you guys are not that important.
What is the biggest sale that you've gotten from social media?
Going to be around.
Wow.
I sold it. Oh, Jas is showing off his Ferrari too much. Great. Where's your Ferrari? Is it in your garage? Show me your Ferrari is in the garage and you're not showing off to the world. And Jas is showing off. Go yourselves, guys. You don't have it.
All right, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 15th episode of the House Talks podcast. Today, we have a very special guest on, and we also have a very special studio that we're filming in. So thank you to Jas Oberoi Group and Jas Oberoi for having us into his lovely office and his lovely podcast studio. I don't know if you see the logo up there. He also has his own podcast, Unplugged with Jas Oberoi Group. So make sure you check him out as well. But thank you very much, sir, for having us on today.
Thank you, Connor. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to come across to your viewers. And
Absolutely.
Thanks for giving me this platform.
Oh, absolutely. We're really happy to have you on. One of the reasons why I'm personally happy to have you on is your attention to media, social media, and just overall, as we were just talking about, you're in everybody's face every single day. Can you tell me a little bit more about your strategy behind why you're attacking real estate and marketing like that?
I feel like social media is the cheapest platform you can come across to do the advertising it. Look at the other options we have it as a realtors. Bus backs. I'm doing bus backs too. Bus shelters. I did those bus shelters previously. I'm not doing it anymore. Billboards. They're expensive. They are really expensive to the audience you're going to be reach. With social media, I have to spend half the amount of money I'm spending on billboards and I can reach out to endless. I can reach out to globally anywhere. So this is the power, and everybody's on their smartphones nowadays. So I feel like this is the power of social media is you can reach out to the mass audience with a very small effort to put it in. So that's what I feel like figure out, okay, this is the thing. And you guys are young. Youth is on social media. Everybody's on social media. So I wanted them to feel like, okay, these are the people, because the generation is changing, time is changing. Now I see kids are telling their parents who to use as a realtor. So I don't want it to lose that opportunity that, okay, now the kids going to watching all the social media and I should be there so that they can tell, okay, who they want to work with. Right.
100%. I think one of the things you said too is the cost. Cost
Yes.
is the biggest thing. It's like
Yeah.
back in the day, it used to be radio, then television, billboards, whatever it may be. And now you can start off social media with the cost of $0.
Yep.
So everybody has a smartphone in their pocket,
Yes.
and you can scale your way up. And so it makes it a lot more accessible
Yep.
to people to be able to do that. One of the things that we were talking about before we started this was that you want to be in people's face every single day because it gives them a great idea of either want nothing to do with this person, I'm not going to reach out
Yep.
to them, or I'm going to reach out to this person. It's one of the two. There's no stragglers in the middle. It's going to work or it's not going to work. I think that's a very important directive to have with the marketing. What kind of strategy was there behind that?
Or it was a simple basic thing. I'm telling you, like keeping that everything, simplify it. The more you simplify the process of your marketing, the better it will be. And I told each and every member in my team, and they know it, that simple thing. When I hired them, also interviewed them, and I keep reminding them, guys, I wanted either a person blocks me or they call me, because both is helping me. Because I don't want it to show up to the person who's not liking me and doesn't want to do business with me. Algorithm, I'm burning my money on the social media ads to show my video to the person who doesn't want to work with me. So it is kind of a favor to me when they block me there because they don't want to work with me, because I can't make everybody happy. In a business, everybody has liking and dislikings. I'm not for everybody to be here like working with me, but whosoever would like to pick up my style and they like to, connect with me, I wanted them to call me. And the only way I can do that is just keep showing up, because out of the sight is out of the mind. Nowadays, especially with all the technology and everything, you feel like, okay, which is the cheapest way to always be in front of the public? Social media is the best platform. I'm just a very small fish in the big ocean. You can see it. There's so many people out there, especially in states also, like they are doing amazing. And I feel like this is just the beginning. I haven't even started to the scale where I can go with social media.
I think that's great. Connor,
Definitely. One thing that we always talk about within our business as well, that when it comes to momentum, it's hard to build, but it's
Yes.
even harder to keep. we experienced that the hard way, where it was actually around the time when I was getting married. Our social media game, it was good. We were posting every day, just like you said, just reminding people who we are and what we do. And a week away, just not really posting and things like that. Oh my God! Not only did the algorithm hurt us, but it even showed in our sales as well, right? So keeping that momentum, it's so important to do through all your platforms and constantly reminding people, because at the end of the day, look at the choices that they have out there. I mean, we're not the only ones posting out there. So what's going to differentiate us from our competition?
Differentiate is be real, who you are. As I mentioned, either they will block you because they don't like you, how you come across, or they will call you. I got inspired by a lot of realtors out there who are doing content on social media, but I never try to copy them, because what will happen is when I'm copying them, I'm going to lose my own identity and I will never be them. Because everybody is different. Everybody's style is different. Everybody's way of talk is different, body language different. And don't try to be faking on social media, because when they're going to meet in person and they cannot connect you the same way as they connected you on the social media, the whole purpose is defeated in terms of don't try to be funny if you're not funny. Or don't try to be serious if you're not serious. Because when they're going to meet you personally, I try not to be funny making videos. Like when I'm talking about numbers, I come across very serious, because to me, numbers is a serious game. Real estate is a serious game. A lot of money is being invested into it. It's not a joke.
That's true.
Yes, I show some humor on the side, but that's completely different than giving the information on real estate. And I'm not saying it, people who do that, like putting it as a comic thing, is right or wrong, is their style. I never wanted to try that, because when they're going to meet me in person, I'm kind of a serious when we're talking about, you come to me and we're doing a consultation about your real estate investments. It will be a serious conversation. I will not be saying to you, la 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 da. No worries. Give me the money. I'll take care of everything. I'll crack a joke on you. And you say, what the fuck this guy's doing? Man, I'm asking him to give me the strategy and he's not doing it. Right? Or he comes expecting Jas will be chill guy, open up the beers first before talking anything. No, I would not do that. I will say, no, let's talk about business. You come here for a purpose, let's solve that purpose first, and then we can have a beers later on.
Of course.
So that's what I'm trying to put it out, be real, who you are, 100%. Not try to copy someone.
No one's better at being you than you, right?
Yes.
And people will pick up on that fakeness. Like, you might be good at being someone else, but when push comes to shove, especially when a problem comes around, and no one knows how to solve that problem better than yourself if you're being yourself, right? So when we see copycats out there, we post a video and someone posts a very similar video, we're like, let them, you know what I mean? It's a form of flattery. It's a form of flattery, as they say.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But like I said, no one can be better at being you than you.
Oh, no. And another thing to add on to, I said it before too, and I feel very proud of where I come from. I've never been ashamed of where I'm coming from. And I never wanted to be changing something, my way of talking, because what the Canadian culture or accent is, I'm getting into terms of accent. Like, it's not that I can't talk in Canadian accent, but people can pick it up. He's faking. When you tell that, people will tell he's faking. Why to fake? Because the purpose is defeated. If you're faking and they can tell you are faking, so what's the point of it? They're never going to work with you, or they will never like you. You should be proud of what you are. Some people I've come across in the realtors, especially the new realtors, come across, oh, I don't look good on camera. I don't sound good on camera. Doesn't matter. This is how you are. It's never going to change. So either you live with what you are, or you will never come up with the opportunities which is lying. Social media is such a big platform. I get surprised when people say that social media is not my game. I said, dude, then real estate is not your game.
It's true.
Right. Social media is the game now. That's the only platform, is the way you can go ahead with it.
It is. We, on our last episode, one thing that we had discussed about, like, and of course, everything is dependent, right? Everything is dependent, but we strongly feel if you're selling a service, if you're selling a product, if you're not on social media, if you're not on Instagram, you're not on the TikToks, and you're not putting your face out there, honestly, I'm sorry. I really strongly feel that you're not doing enough.
No.
You cannot go to the very end of your career and say, I did everything I could possibly have done in order to make my business a success. If you weren't doing those things, because what, you're scared people are gonna say something about you, make fun of your appearance, make the way you talk or whatever. Like, I mean, like, look at us, boys. We make fun of each other all the time. If it's some random person that we don't even care about, then who gives a shit?
Exactly. And people, why we're giving undue importance to other people? They have better things to do. The last thing is they're going to be talking about you in their living room with the family time when they're having it. No, dude, you guys are not that important. So don't give yourself that much of importance that everybody's talking about you. No, they're not going to be talking about you.
Like, I know this is very extreme when I say this, but honestly, guys, we're all gonna die one day.
Yes.
Everyone's gonna forget that we ever existed. So why the hell not just go for it?
100%. No, I completely agree. That's what it is.
Absolutely. And it's a sense of confidence behind the product and service you're selling.
Yeah.
If you're on social media talking about your product, your service, whatever it is, that's your confidence behind it. And sometimes I even notice this with some companies that are scared of social media. One of the questions that I ask them, well, is there something that you're scared of? Are you scared that a deficiency in the product might be exposed because it's online? Are you scared because your service isn't as good and you're a 1-star, 2-star service? But when you have that confidence in your product or service, it might be a little scary at first, but getting on camera and talking about it becomes very natural. Like you said, you are who you are, and you're not faking it.
Yeah.
And that's easy when you believe in your product or service.
Yes, and did help me also. The way I think about overall also in my day-to-day life is I try to pick up what are my weaknesses are and try to work on those weaknesses. Coming on social media, coming on camera is my weakness. It was a weakness, it's still a weakness. I don't enjoy coming on social media. It may be surprise to a lot of people because I'm always on social media, but I don't enjoy it. Trust me. You can ask my marketing people. They have to force me every day to shoot videos, and I don't like it. But this is the need of my business. This is the need of the art. It's not my business, real estate in particular. Any business, as you mentioned it, any business you pick it up, it is going to be like this. I picked this in 2016 when I become a realtor. I realized it very soon in 2016 that, okay, social media is a big thing going to be. At that time, TikTok was not there. Instagram was also not there. Facebook was the only platform we were having it. But I realized it, and I used to do it just me and my buddy holding the iPhone, and shooting the videos. No editing team, nobody was it. So it's not if somebody picks up excuse, oh, you have a whole system in there. That system was not built from the very first day. I did it on my own. The intent has to be there. Eventually, you can start seeing the results, and people will start liking you. They start doing business with you. Then slowly, gradually, you can build up a team. Like I have a full-time team now with me. They do everything for my social media. I don't even post my stories now. But that was not the case from the very first day. I was doing everything on my own. I was going out. Resources was there. There was a website, which was freelancer website, Fiverr. They charge $5, $10. Like there's resources out there. Do you have the intent and attention to those things? When you make an excuse, oh, he's doing it because he has a whole market. That's why it's easy for him to do it. No, it wasn't that like that from the very first day. That's what the whole purpose is. Like doing this podcast too. It was not my idea. When I started this Unplugged with Jas Oberoi, I said, we are realtors. Why I need this podcast? Another benefit I get at it, and I feel blessed that I have a very good team with me, and they are young. It's a youth. I'm the only one in my team who's in 40s. I'm 43. All my team is like early 20s or late 20s, less than 30. So they know what's the trend is. They are the one who told me, let's start podcast. I didn't know it 2 years ago what the podcast is. And when I started it, and the feedback I'm getting it from the public out there when I'm meeting them, and they're saying, okay, your podcast was good, or this is, I said, holy shit, they're watching my podcast? Because in my head, I was thinking, who's going to watch this? Like, we guys are too old school. When Connor said that some people feel like, okay, what the social media is not getting, I can relate to it because I'm an old school guy too. I'm born in 80s. So 80s person doing a social media thing is not that easy, right? But you have to evolve. That's what all it is.
No, you do. You definitely do. I mean, as we're looking around here, guys, I mean, Jas, Connor, it's like pretty sick setup, eh?
It's pretty unreal, yeah.
Pretty unreal setup. I mean, this is
One day.
Yeah, one day. This is goals for us too. But like you said, Jas, it doesn't take much to just start somewhere. A lot of people seem to think that in order to start something, they need the best situation. They need everything to be lined up. They need the best gear and everything. But honestly, it's not. It's like pick up your cell phone.
Yeah.
How about this? I've heard one of a podcast that I listen to, Modern Wisdom, and he suggests, he's like, if you're thinking of doing a podcast, do this. Get your iPhone, put it in front of you, and just talk for 30 minutes and watch it. See what comes of that.
Exactly.
Start there.
Yeah,
Start
that's
there.
what it is.
Then maybe from there you buy a mic. Maybe from there you buy another mic. Maybe you buy another camera, and you'll kind of see where it goes, right?
Yeah.
But the main thing is, it's like just start. Just start.
You have
somewhere.
to start it. Yeah. When you mentioned about the iPhone too, I still remember my buddy used to hold the phone, and I didn't have the money to even get the teleprompter. So he used to hold a paper on top of the iPhone so that my eyeballs are not looking above, so that people can't notice that I'm reading and talking. So I used to put it in a place where it doesn't look like you're holding it. Like it was a pointer so that I don't forget the script, what it is. So, and he used to hold it with it, and one phone was it there. And those videos are still up there on YouTube. I didn't delete it. If somebody wants to watch it, go back all the way to 2016. My first video, you will see it. You can't say, okay, this is the same Jas who's doing it now. So it was just, you learn from things. Okay, the confidence start coming in.
Yeah, you just gotta have confidence and belief in yourself before anybody else will, right?
Yes, 100%. You have to believe it in yourself that you can do it. And I love it to be underdog. When people say that he cannot do it, I said, okay, I won't say it right away. Let my work talk.
Yeah.
Then, let it be. Okay, fine.
100%.
We'll do it. I'll do it. That's what it is.
I think that's crucial. And I think it's even better to start at the bottom, little
Yep.
equipment, because you just develop more of the fundamental stuff.
Yes.
If you came into a situation where you've never done social media before, you've never done anything like that, and you get a very expensive camera, a very expensive mic, a very expensive light, whatever it may be, you might be misled in that you're doing the right things.
You know, the funny thing is, because you guys are from related to gym side, so I can give you an example of that relate to it. You know, there are some people out there who have a resolution every new year,
Mm-hmm.
buy nicer shoes,
Mm-hmm.
tracksuits, shorts, everything, t-shirts, everything. Why? Because they want to go to the gym. The best part is these people never been consistent because they are focusing on something which is completely off. The purpose is go to gym, keep your health in check, not buying all those clothes and those gears to make sure that you're okay only then because I will do it. When you mentioned about those cameras, people who invest so much money in the beginning, they will never last it because they have a delusion. Can only do this because if I have a nice shoes, I will lose weight only if I have a nice shoes, nice shorts, t-shirt, comfortable, only then I will do it. No, you will lose the weight if you burn calories, not with those nice shoes going to be. So these people spend a lot of money on those things and they feel like, okay, I have seen it.
Yeah, I mean, you might have nice shoes, but you're still 50 pounds overweight.
Exactly.
The
No, they're
appearance always doesn't
focusing
matter,
on
right?
different things. They're focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah.
They're focusing on buying those shoes to make them comfortable so that they can run it. First, dude, just start it. See whether you can be consistent even going to the gym. Go for a month, go for 6 months, and then you see the results. Yes, I can do this on a then by all means, buy everything. I'm not saying don't buy it, but don't buy it on the first day. Spend $1,000 on your clothes and you never go to the gym afterwards. Just use it for a week and they're dull.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes you build resentment towards it too. You know what I mean? Like, I got all the best stuff. I
Yes.
bought this, this, and this, and it still didn't work. What the hell? I did this for a week and it still
Yes.
didn't work.
Yeah. Oh,
on,
well,
man.
I'm going every week and my weight is not changing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's about
Yeah.
that consistency, man.
Yes,
Like
it
even
has to
like media moguls, like look at Mr. Beast and stuff like that. Look at even we look at a lot of having a supplement business. Some big supplement companies in Canada and the States, their stories. Some of them didn't make money for the first 6 years, first 10 years, and
Yes.
they just kept going. And where are they now? 8-figure, 9-figure businesses, right? But I feel like if your sample size, if you do something for a long enough time, chances are you are going to get better.
Yes.
If you're trying to get better,
Yeah.
that is right, and you're humble enough to pick up on your mistakes, and you're backtracking. Okay, podcast for example, you're looking back, you're seeing the way you talk, the questions you ask. Okay, maybe I can improve the audio there. Then maybe it's time to get a nice mic.
Yes.
Right. But if you increase that sample size and you just say, okay, I'm just going to do this for a long enough time until I get somewhere, then I think you're undefeated. You're never going to lose.
Oh, 100%. I completely agree with you what you're saying. It's just a focus to be and improving yourself, improvising it.
Yeah.
I talk to my team, marketing team. Every Monday we have a meetings for an hour at least, if not more. And every Monday the whole purpose is how we can be better than the last week. Whatever we're doing it last week is not. And every day, even every hour whenever I get an opportunity to talk to my marketing team, I said, how can we improve better? How we can do better? Like you can ask Emmanuel, he's sitting there. Sometimes they get annoyed to Jas. You're never happy. I said, no, it's not about me happy. I know I'm very happy. People recognize me on social media, but I still feel like, okay, look always above who is above you so that you want it to be like that. You want it. If that person can do it, you can do it. And I tell myself to, okay, I wanted to improvise more. Somebody's giving me a feedback. Somebody's telling me something in the comment, how I can improve it. You can tell, okay, this is just a personal level he's going it, or somebody's telling you actually a proper feedback. Take that feedback. Don't consider it as offended. Okay, how the fuck you told me something to, dude, I'm expert. No, I may be expert on something. You have your own opinion. Let's say you never posted any video on social media, but you're telling me, you know what, Jas, when you're coming in, I don't want it every time to you to be serious. I take those comments seriously. Okay, he's telling me as a viewer. If he's thinking the same way, maybe there's hundreds of other people thinking the same way. I'm not going to brush it off, dude, you're telling me how to come on social media. No, that's a mindset also. Have that approach of it. have the capacity to take the criticism from somebody.
Being open-minded on social media is huge because everything's always changing. Your viewers always
Yeah.
changing, right? You're never targeting a set audience at all times.
The trends change every other month. The trend changes. We do the meeting. Okay, this is the trend coming. Let's focus on this new trend. We're going to continue, and then find it out after 3 weeks. There's a new trend has already come. Okay, what is this happening?
You're already behind, right? Like, how am I gonna do this
I would
now?
say that, okay, Claudia, what is this? We already set it up something, and now the new trend is coming. So we have to catch up on new trend.
I mean, I guess that's why we fight so hard. We fight to keep up with the trends until you become a trendsetter.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
That's what we do. What we do.
Yes.
So I think that ties in perfectly with what you were just saying, that building a good team around you.
Yeah.
So how did you think about or go about building the team in the content in the real estate game, where maybe content you might not know a whole lot, but you want to feel comfortable that your employees do?
So I read a book when I was in 2016. Every new realtor must have read that book. It's called How to Be a Millionaire, Real Estate Agent as a Millionaire. It's through Keller Williams. You have a nice book. That was written long ago. So he has mentioned it, that hire an assistant so that somebody can do a job which you can get it done by $20, $25 per hour rather than you investing your. Second, you can't be good at everything. So this was the whole plan. When I hired Claudia, I knew my limitations on social media will be in terms of not coming on the camera, in terms of editing it, and on terms of the new trends coming in. So whom should I hire? When I hired Claudia as my admin for the real estate, that time she was the only person I started with 4 years ago. And she had no experience of real estate side, like admin side, papers, documentation. I said, that's fine. Do you know how to post on social media? Stories and all that? She said, yeah. I said, that's all I needed it. Because I knew what is my limitations, where I can use her expertise, whether it could be an expertise only posting stories. But that also somebody needs to be an expert on it, like I'm not. So I'm good at what I'm selling real estate, talking to the people. I know my product, but I need a team around with it that who can do better. And slowly, the business started growing. I could see that she couldn't do it. Initially, she was handling my paperwork, all my real estate paperwork. She was the one who was doing my videos, editing them, posting it, everything she was doing it. Now we have 4 people full-time doing the same thing. Still, we can't finish it up. Actually, we are in the process of hiring another full-time videographer because Emmanuel by himself can't do everything. We have so much of a content which has not been edited. So it's a process. You go by it, hire somebody who's expert, because any business owner, you cannot be expert in everything. So I see any entrepreneur, you will look into it. Use somebody else's brain. Why you wanted to be expert in everything? Pick up your strength. Okay, my strength is selling real estate. That's all I wanted to do. It's an investment. Even this equipment, all these are expensive cameras, but this is this is my investment. It's not a waste of money. Yes, they cost me around $25,000 to $30,000, all these gears, but this is investment for me for pretty much the lifetime, unless I upgrade it. And how much content I'm producing out of it. The outcome is so much. That's what it is.
Absolutely. Because people might think, oh, if I have to go hire 2 or 3 more people, it's going to cost me X amount per month. Well, if you can make double or triple with reclaiming your time.
Connor, I can break it down to a lot of realtors. It will be surprise to them the amount of money I'm spending. They're spending the same amount of money on different sources of advertising it, and their name is still not out where I can do it. So we realtors are doing expensive marketings. I have till date never done a Canada post. You must have got those Canada post flyers in your house. Everybody gets
Everybody
it, right?
does, yeah.
I never done it. Never done it in my hand. And that's not cheap through Canada Post, because I use that money to pay Emmanuel's salary. So Emmanuel can do 10 times better than things. So it's not those realtors don't have the capacity or don't want to spend money. They spend money, $5,000-$6,000 every month for the advertising it. Or some realtors spend $20,000-$30,000. My expenses are the same. But I'm trying to do it what social media can bring it to me. As I in the beginning said it, you can go to the mass audience. You can reach, your reach is you can, whatever number you can think of, you can go globally. Nobody can stop you, whatever you want to do it.
So one thing I know I've heard from probably not the right realtors, Jas, now speaking with you, but some people say, social media is there. It's nice to put your face out there, but I'm not getting a sale through social media. What do you got to say about that?
I will just laugh at that.
I thought so.
I will laugh them. A guy who's saying that, social media, I can't get a sale on it. Yeah. Or maybe he's just too loud on social media, but actually the fact is he's not doing as good as he's saying it. Bro, results action speaks louder than words. Look around the office. Look at the awards I win it from Remax. Those can't be faked. This office can't be fake. Somebody has to pay the mortgage on it. Somebody has to pay 4 people's salary, and these guys are not cheap. So everything is around. Action speaks it for itself. My 50% business comes from social media. 50% as a referral. 50% from social media. I will tell you, Sandy is the guy who run my ads, social media. Every day, on average, if I don't exaggerate too much, to the real numbers will be 3 to 4 people want to meet me to do business with me. It's not leads who are cold leads who just we have to follow up. Being a realtor, you may have come across with those online leads where you're calling and they're saying, "Who the fuck are you? I never sign up your website." I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about who registered them, that they wanted to meet me on a coffee meeting, one-on-one, to do business. And this all is coming from social media.
And these clients, they range from, maybe smaller to larger clients.
Yes.
Like I guess
Yes.
as far as like how much they're willing to spend.
Exactly. Yeah, that is a different thing. Is altogether like it could be from pre-sale to almost a multi-family building they want to buy.
Wow.
Like a $10 million, $50 million. So the range is there, but there are people. Isn't it that easy for us rather than I'm doing a door knocking, going out for business, telling them to do business with me? Right now, I'm having a difficulty that I can't keep up my day with those appointments.
Wow.
So we are actually at the back end I was having a meeting with my team saying that let's filter out. Some of those leads can go to my team, so I don't meet them in person because I can't meet so many people. And on top of it, whatever the existing people in my pipeline is to handle it. And this all is coming from social media. Yes, it takes time. It took me 4 years. I started in 2020. 2020 was the best year for me, for not because it was a COVID, but it gave me the opportunity to reevaluate my business and my lifestyle. I was doing very good until 2022. I was making $500,000 gross commissions. But then I realized how I can go to 7 figures. I find there are 2 things I have to do it. I have to build up a team. I can't do it on my own. And I have to keep my health in check. Since 2020, I started going to gym. Never stopped after that.
Well, if you need any supplements, Jas, you let us know.
100%. Yes. Once you open your location in Langley, I will be your customer there. Abbotsford is a little far from me.
No, but we'll be online. We'll send them to this
Please
office.
do that. Do that.
I'll personally deliver them if I get to come back to this office.
100%.
I live right down the road, so hey.
Yeah. Oh, perfect, man.
Yeah.
That would be amazing then.
Yeah.
Share the link of your website, then we will definitely. Of
course. Yeah. No, not even for you, for your team. We'll make sure we'll hook them up good. Emmanuel, even you, Emmanuel, we got you.
Emmanuel is taking me too.
Being
shaker bottle there for you as well.
There you go.
Stay hydrated.
But no, being healthy, it's expensive, right? So whenever we can fill that void, we're willing to do.
Best feeling is being healthy. Best. No matter how much money you have it, if you're not healthy.
Is the 7 figures worth it if you're not even healthy?
It's not.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it. I feel the way the confidence of me, body language, it all changes. It's difficult to explain in words, but I feel like when I started going to gym every day my energy is different, like charged up every morning because my phone is not I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning. Weekends, Saturday, Sundays, I wake up around 7:30 to 8, but Monday to Friday, I wake up is 5 o'clock. Go to gym between 5:30 to 6 o'clock. That time for 1 hour, 2 hours when I'm doing the gym is the best time when I can rethink. Because what happens after 8:30, my phone starts ringing. You get distracted with whatever the calls are for. You don't get the time. I always message voice messages on my WhatsApp group with my team. Morning, 5 o'clock, 5:30, when I'm drinking my coffee, brain is fresh. We should do this. We should do this. They don't respond to it because they know it. Okay, Jas is just. I tell them also ignore those messages. You don't need to respond it right away. But this is for my own reference. So then my day routine starts. I don't forget about the ideas what are coming up. And moreover, also the body language. You feel fit. You feel good about it. Like it's not to impress somebody else with your looks, but you feel good from inside. And that's the best feeling.
So, Jas, one thing that stuck out there, like before then, you were doing pretty good. I mean, $500,000 for most people, that's a lot of money. That's really good. But the 2020, when you talked about you now going to the gym, reevaluating your business, I guess, is it fair to say you kind of hit a plateau?
Yes.
At $500,000, and then when it comes to like, hey, what's it going to take to 7 figures? What kind of took you there? That's obviously aside from the marketing, you're still keeping up to date with that. But what kind of took you get there?
Team thing was there too, like realtors in terms of.
Okay, so back to the delegation that you're talking about.
Delegation and passing on those people to them, because I was always holding up in my head. It was thinking of, oh, they are my clients. Why would I give my business to you, Karan, and give you a 50% split? They are my clients. I can handle them. But with that mindset, what happened is I was not able to cater 15, 20 people at one time. Now I can cater about 20 people at one time, because that with that split, I'm still getting my 50%.
Yeah.
So I understood this game is it's not I'm giving my 50% to them. It's about actually they helping me to make my 50%. Otherwise, I will never able to make that. And I'll break that plateau then when I saw the mindset of it. How people are making 7 figures. I'm doing this day in, day out, 7 days a week, I'm working it, still not able to reach it. What to do? And then realize that all these top producers have a team. So there's no rocket science. I said, okay. And majority of them are fit. So I said, okay, I have to do these 2 things.
Yeah.
Makes myself fit. First of all, that I'm not sweating when I'm talking to somebody. Right?
Especially in the summertime, it gets hot.
Yes.
Yeah. Just open house.
Or my shirts, and no offense to anybody,
Yeah.
here is just sitting and imagine I'm talking to a client. My shirt button pops up because my stomach is too big.
Yeah.
Right. My tie cannot tie up to the neck because my neck is so big. I won't feel confident myself. So my body language will not be confident. How the client will have a confidence in me when I'm not sounding confident. I'm sweating and just palming my forehead and can I have a glass of water, huffing and puffing. And if I have to climb 10 steps to his house, and imagine then I feel like no. And I was doing that, by the way. I was doing it and realized that no, that's not how I can sustain with the amount of work I'm doing it. I won't able to sustain with this lifestyle if I'm having it. I have to change the habits.
Of course, I think one thing, a problem that a lot of people have is sharing a piece of the pie, right?
Yes.
But solution, just make a bigger pie, build a bigger pie.
That's what I was going to say.
Right? Then it's easier to share.
I'm not sharing a pie, a piece of pie. I'm just making it bigger pie.
Exactly.
Initially before 2020, I was having this piece of pie and I wanted to hold on to it. So now I have this piece of pie, my share, and rest is given to them. But my share has already grown from this piece. It has grown to this piece.
Yeah.
So I'm still winning,
100%.
right? It's a mindset. Again, as I said, like I'm not giving them my 50%. Actually, they're helping me to make more of their 50. Actually, they're giving me 50% because if they're not here, if tomorrow my team is not here, my realtors are not here, I'm done. I will not able to handle my business. Yes, I'm the face of the team, but they are the ones who are running it. My people, when I mentioned in the context of those people who are coming to see me 3-4 appointments in a day, if these people are not here, how am I going to handle them? I will never able to handle it. Then I have to either reduce my business, bring it down, and tell my marketing team also to leave because I'm a solo agent then.
Yeah. No, that actually kind of brings into one of the questions. When we were coming here, I was like, hey, what are some great questions that we could ask Jas? One was, I guess when people think of real estate agents being in real estate, they think of solo producers. And I guess you kind of sort of already kind of answered it, Jas, but if there's anything else that you'd like to share, is how do you scale a real estate business, right? Because it's of course, you're selling properties and things like that, but was there anything else maybe you'd like to add? Because you did kind of just answer that, but
I will sum it up. I've learned it. Leave the money on the table for someone else to take it. As a team leader, if you're taking everything and not giving them anything in terms of revenue share, they're not going to work with you for long. They may work for 6 months, 1 year, but after that, they're going to leave and don't take I didn't learn it from the very first day. I learned it from my mistakes. And I learned it, okay, this is the reason I wanted it. Like I said, first year, maybe I was thinking there was a mental blockage that it's my business. Then I learned it, okay, leave the money on the table. Why somebody will work with me? For end of the day, yes, they wanted a good environment. They wanted a good place to work. But end of the day, everybody out is for money. Everybody has the bills to pay. Everybody's ambitious. Like if I'm ambitious, if I wanted to grow, they are the same people. They wanted to grow too. So again, answered it simple. One-liner is start learning to leave the money on the table. If you don't leave money from the table, you never grow.
100%.
Right? That's what the goal is.
One of the questions that I had was was watching one of your shorts that was the server to the Ferrari short.
Yes.
And so for
sick car, by the way.
Yeah, gorgeous car. And so for anybody listening who doesn't know your full story of how you got into real estate, maybe what you did before that, do you mind giving like a quick 60-second summary? Because I have a question about clientele in those two industries.
So I came to this Canada in 2008 on a work permit. And my first job was as a server. 2010, I became a permanent resident. Then I did a bunch of other jobs in the restaurant industry. 2012, I purchased my own restaurant in South Surrey. It used to call Curry Sensation on 152 and 28 Avenue. I ran that business successfully. I was making 6 figures in 2016. I thought, okay, I wanted to change because I'm a quite ambitious person and I felt like I'm getting into my comfort zone. I'm not doing enough with my talent. And 2016, from nowhere, real estate came to my mind. No resource, no connection in real estate, nothing knows about, never done sales in my life, nothing. Just out of nowhere. If you say this was planned, never it was planned. The real estate I wanted to do it, no. It just came. I picked up a couple of professions. What should I do it? One of the profession was to drive truck. And I thought, okay, by the age I'm going to go on the truck, people usually get retired. Why not do real estate? And that's how I picked it up. I spoke to my childhood friend in Toronto. He's a realtor, and he said, you will be amazing in real estate. Trust me. And the best part is you don't know how to do sales. So you're from restaurant industry. That worked for me because I built up a relationship with the clients. Never did a sale with them. Always wanted it. In our hospitality industry, before 2016, when I was 19 to about 34, 35, all I did it is hospitality, customer service. And we learned it. Client is the king. And to till date is for me is, and I feel very proud about it. 99% of my clients are still my clients.
Wow.
And I make sure that they are being taken care well of, because they are the ones who going to giving me the business, repetitive business. Matter of fact, this afternoon before you guys came, I was having a lunch with Maria, my team member, and I was saying to her also this conversation, because she handles majority of my business. I said that, okay, Maria, never make sure our clients are happy, because you see, since 2022, interest rates have went up. 2022 March, interest rates started going up. My business has not slowed down. Actually, it has gone up. Revenue wise, every year I'm making more. So why I could make more is because of the clients I'm taking care of. I'm answering their phone calls. I'm keeping them as my priority, above my family even. Because I know if I have to feed my family, if I have to give them a nice lifestyle, it can only be done with my clients. And I'm not saying this just for just for the sake of camera here. It's a reality. Like your client is, everybody knows it. But and this is the same thing I told Maria. Maria, we are lucky. Our competition is pretty much none to any, like maybe very few people out there who are doing it. So we are lucky. Thank you out to the realtors out there. Majority of them are not taking care of their clients, and we are able to handle the business then. They're coming to us because we're providing them the services. We're making sure our client is happy after the transaction closed, not before the subject's removed. Everybody take care of them. This is what been taught to us in real estate courses too when we're doing it. Client is your priority. Never lie to your client, never cheat with your client. Keep them above you. And that's what I'm doing it. So yeah, that's my more than 60 seconds, but that's a journey from server to Ferrari. Business has grown is because of the clients. They trust me.
Absolutely. And that's the biggest thing, trust. And we were talking about this before, real estate. It's probably going to be the biggest investment a majority of people make in their lives.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And, and that's like understanding how crucial it is to treat them with respect, integrity, and also from just a business standard. It's always cheaper to retain a customer than it is to find a new one as well.
Oh, by all means, because see, client is the one we are here for. This everything, my team, my marketing team, my social media everything is meaningless if I'm not able to service my clients properly. Everybody can retain the clients. Everybody can get the clients, whether you're servicing them for a long or not. And I always wanted to come up with the ideas how I can cater them better and better than last year. And I talk to my clients also often saying that, okay, if you feel like I'm not the same Jas who was when they started working with me, please do let me know. And they are very, I'm very open with my clients also, like a friends, when I do the transaction, they tell me also sometimes, this is what I'm not liking about you. Like a friends, they will tell me. Because when you are successful, you start growing, you start getting a success every day. Sometimes it gets into your head, right? And I wanted to make sure I'm surrounding with the people who can give me a reality check that don't forget from where you have come and where you have been. And this is because of your clients. So yeah, they are always going to be important to me, no matter what happens.
And I'm sure you did, but was there anything crucial that you translated from the hospitality industry into real estate to have that amazing client retention, and also being able, as you said, they can be real with you?
Yeah.
A lot of clients or customers might not want to complain to or show any upsetness towards who they're buying from, but having that relationship where they feel comfortable being able to reach out to you and be able to say, hey, I don't like this. I still want to work with you. Moving forward, let's change that.
Yeah. No, there have been incidents where it has come across. They've given me a constructive feedback. Okay, Jas, this is not we liked it. I said, okay, I'll improve on it, rather than saying it. Fuck off. I don't care about one client losing it. It becomes your habit then.
Yeah.
If I lose one client, I will start losing more clients, because what I've said it to client A, I will say to B, C. By the time you realize that this is becoming your habit, you're gone. And it's again what we discussed it in the beginning before the podcast, momentum. Once I'm gone, it's very difficult for me to restart it and get the momentum again. And this is very important, that making sure that your clients are happy and the customer service being learned from the restaurant industry. Because when I did the hotel management back in India, they were always saying your customer is your king. And how we go to the restaurants, if somebody calls you, even if he's a server or she's a server, calls you by your name, you feel good about it. You're sitting with your friends. Hey, Karan, how are you? Nice to see you again. What it is, building a relationship.
It's true.
Like you have hundreds of restaurants to go. Why are they coming to you? Because okay, those people will recognize me. They're giving you a little more extra respect, extra more attention. And that's all you needed. You're not going there because you're going to get a discount from them or food is cheap or whatever the reason is. The main reason is you're getting extra take care, sort of customer service. So that's what I do it with my clients too. All they needed is just give them a little more attention. And why would not give it? We realtors make so much money because of these clients.
Yes.
And I have time and again said, a lot of people may find it okay, should not be saying it. Real estate is the easiest job. And the most money you can make it as a realtor is this. Selling one house and we make so much money out of it, which other business can give this amount of money. And still, if we don't take care of those people who are helping us to do this, then what the fuck are we doing then? Look at the people around who are working 9 to 5 and making $3,000-4,000 a month. We sell one house, make $15,000. And then we complain if the client calls us at 10 o'clock, say, oh, fuck, it's my family time. Dude, you won't have a family time if these guys are not existing. This is the simple thing. I'm taking it personally because I get frustrated when I hear from the realtors out there, this is my personal time. I don't give a time to the client.
That shows you care, Jas. It shows you care. It shows you actually give a shit. So
they are my brother. They are more than my telling it and giving them the priority before. If my wife calls me, may not answer it. If my client calls it, I always answer it. She doesn't like it.
Yeah,
she
says, nodding over there.
Yeah,
he's seen it.
He's nodding his head.
It's
Yeah,
true.
they know it. I tell them, okay,
Yeah.
I can delay my wife's call because I know my client is calling me. So it's important to answer them.
yes.
I still say it's on my website too. If I don't return my client's call in 24 hours, I will pay them $500. It has never happened.
Well, even just so everyone knows, when I was texting Jas, I called him that day, left a message, and guess what? He responded under 24 hours. So that day he didn't get a call back, but he called me the very next morning around 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I think I called him around 5 p.m. or something like that. And so shit, you almost got $500. You got $500.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, but it's true. When shit comes to even us in the supplement business, like, are there national brands out there? Is there bigger stores? 100% there is, right? When we were first starting off, when we first started off our store, there was next to nothing on our shelves. As we have pictures of it from where we are now in the year and a half time to what we had. Then we look back and we're like, holy shit. Like, we were able
amazing.
we were able to do that, right? And our own dollar too. No loans, no nothing. And the reason why is all it took was just for people to come through the door, give us one chance. And I guess they liked us, Jas?
A little bit, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just making fun of each other. You know how you said get to know your personality more?
Yeah.
That's what we try to kind of show because we're like, me, Karan, and Arvin, like best friends growing up playing hockey together still. So we keep that like open-ended.
That is very important.
Yes.
That is very important. Me in my team, I don't come across to them like I'm a boss. I have to remind them I'm the boss. Respect me.
Yes.
They respect me when we're talking about work, but overall, they can say anything to me and I say them anything. They have said nasty things to me, the meanest things they can say. Literally, sometimes my team members show me a middle finger also, and I said, okay, fine. Dull.
I'm gonna go over here. I'll be back later.
Yeah. No, but it's true. Even with the Iron Plays, the team that we have, they're a very vital part of our business. So we treat them as such. But yeah, it's a very open relationship. But even going back to the customer part, like everyone wants to feel something. You know what I mean? Like you want to feel like you're taken care of.
Yes.
And then the other part of that is like, are you genuine about it? Because people, like we talked about before, people will pick up on it if you're fake, if you're just using it for that one time to get that one sale. And what's the point of having one sale? Like not even con someone, but just to feed someone lies and bullshit to get maybe one big sale. But what about the years of sales that you could pick up?
Yeah.
Right.
And moreover, it's about, you can lie to the whole world. You cannot lie to yourself.
Definitely.
You look up to the mirror in the morning and you say that, okay, this is what I did it to my client. Is it fair? You can tell 100 people, your team members, even your wife, your kids, everybody, you can say it. Oh, no, I was right here. But you know deep inside you that whether you were right or not. And if the answer is wrong, then fix it.
Yes.
Admit it that you did it, but you can fix it always, right? That's what it is. The goal is.
So I'm curious to know, how's that transition, Jas, from you? Sorry, you had sold your restaurant?
Yes.
Yeah. So that transition from selling your restaurant and then becoming a realtor, especially a first year realtor. And I know, Jas, you can probably speak on this as well. When you first started, I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, especially to yourself. Like you said, it just came to your head. It wasn't like you're like, yeah, I'm going to go join a team or anything like that. What was that transition like? What was the struggle like?
Struggle was really hard initially. I won't lie it, but I did everything to be successful and I didn't have the resources. So that time I used to go to YouTube and I didn't even have the money to pay somebody for the coaching or the mentorship, but the YouTube, there was everything free. I was watching those top producer realtors who are giving the scripts how to do cold calling, how to do door knocking, how to do expiries, everything. Till now it is even more advanced. But that time also 2016, so almost 8 years ago, it was the same information. I used to write it down, memorize it and say it. When I was doing door knocking, I did door knocking a lot. Expiries I did a lot. Consistently I was doing it, getting listings out of it. Phone calls, calling people constantly. They were saying, fuck off, okay, done. Next one, done. There was people, I have incident where I still remember, because that time I wasn't having my own office, used to work from my house garage, made it up a small office there. And I booked up an appointment with the gentleman, wanted to meet me at Tim Hortons. All dressed up, nicely, suit, tied, everything, and texted him before leaving the house. Hey, I'm coming, so we're meeting it around 11 o'clock, the time was. He said, yeah. I went there, he didn't show up. I called him, he didn't answer. I texted him, he didn't answer. I came back at 12:30 back home and I was feeling so depressed, like all dressed up and checking with him also, he's coming and he didn't come. But that was the one day I got depressed and it has been multiple times like these kind of occasions have come or incident has happened in my life, in my career, real estate. But I've always been, come back with this, overcome with those hurdles because I've realized that, okay, this is one of the things. I can overcome with this and come better. Everybody can have a bad day, but that bad day shouldn't be bad months then. You don't convert it into bad months or bad years. One day you had a bad day and you keep cribbing about it. No, there are people who have actually met me also. Yeah, one of the incident, Tim Horton guy didn't show up, but there were a lot of other people who have showed up at Tim Hortons and I closed that business. So this is how I felt like, okay, yes, nothing is easy. Real estate is not easy, but once you get into it, like take care of your clients, this is the easiest business you can make money of. And I have no hesitation saying that on record that yes, we realtors make a lot of money, but not all the realtors make a lot of money. There's only 1% of the people do 99% of the business out there. The bar is so low. If you for medallion, you get into a medallion, this is a recognition from a real estate council. You only have to sell about 20 to 24 properties in a year. So that's on average 1.5 property in a year you sell it and you get into a medallion. And that medallion is top 10% of the realtors out there. So there's about 25,000 realtors and you will be in top 25 realtors. If you sell less than 2 properties on average, 1.5 or the most 2, and you will be in top 10. So the bar is so low. This is how much the bar. That's what I said. Like when they get into real estate, they feel like, okay, this is such a lucrative business. You can make quick money. Your target is only to do one sale. You will never able to do even one sale. That's
true.
That's what the goal is. Don't be part-time here. Don't think this is a part-time job. You can do it something else in the daytime. And your weekend hustle is going to be no. This is not the weekend hustle. That's not how the real estate works.
Just don't you feel like the bar's so low for just about even aside from being a realtor, just with anything? Podcast, one stat, Connor, what was the stat about the podcast when it comes to being on the top 10%? Do you remember it?
Over 20 episodes?
Yes. So if you want to be just in the top 10%, I think, or the 1% of 10%, of a podcast, you need to achieve 20 episodes. We're at 15, so we're almost there. So
we have done 20.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Congratulations, Emmanuel. We are in top 10. I didn't know it.
So, but that's what I mean. The bar has never been so low to succeed in the world. People are obese.
Yeah.
People have, that sometimes, with all due respect, but self-diagnose themselves. I can't do this because I have this. But guess what? Someone's had it worse and they've done it better. I'm sorry. It's just the case. So if you're somebody out there, if you're listening to this, you're an aspiring realtor, you're about to go write your exam, or you just started, or you're thinking about giving up your license because you can't make your monthly payments or this, listen to this. Take something from this, because like Jas said, to succeed in this world, it is really easy to do. Why? Yes, you're going to eat shit. Yes, you're going to be rejected. Yes, someone's not going to show up at the Tim Hortons meeting when you're all dressed up looking nice, but do something. Do something, and I promise it will lead somewhere. And if you go a long enough time span, you will ultimately get there. You might end up with the office. You might have a red Ferrari. You might end up on the House Talks podcast. I don't know.
Yes.
But the bar has never been set so low. Go to the gym, eat good, actually give a shit about the things that you do, and I promise you it will transpire into something. And it might not even be, maybe if you're a realtor, maybe it'll lead into another business. I don't know. But if you're doing something and your headspace is, your mindset's right, you're an honest person, and you're trying to do right by you and your customers, it will lead you somewhere.
Oh, I agree. 100%. Just consistently do something out there. The bar is low, which is good for us. Because we are hustlers. I feel like you guys have done yours. You told you about the story about how the supplement business is starting, and this also, you being on 16th podcast now. This is 16th?
15, I believe.
15th? Okay, so you're almost going to be 20th. So
we'll meet you there at the top
10%.
Just.
So this is what it is. You're doing it. And that's what I like about people who are doing it, putting the work into it. Not just thinking, okay, one day I will do it. One day I will do a podcast and sitting in there on the couch, living room, and saying it, what the fuck are these guys talking about? Let me do my own podcast, talking to his own wife, or wife is talking to the husband. Let me do the podcast. I will show them fucking how to do it. Great. Then do it.
100%.
I have, by hands down, I will accept my defeat if somebody is better than me in real estate, but do it. Show me. Then do it. Dude, come show me. I will learn from you then. I don't have an ego sit there. I will learn it. I will take a leaf out of a book. But don't sit home on your couch eating popcorns and saying, this guy is fucking idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Because I know the action speed louder than the words, right?
Yes.
So you have to actually go on your words. You can't just sit there and be like, I'll do it. Next thing, 3 months later, you haven't done anything.
Yeah. And they will never.
Yeah.
They will never. All they think about is they want it to be just come across in their head. They feel like they're the best. And they are into that delusion that, okay, how the fuck is this guy being better than me? No, I have to just put him down. Let me bring something out of him that this is not good about him. This is what it is.
Human behavior, right? Especially it's like, oh, this podcast, I could do a way better. Okay, where's your podcast? Sick podcast. Where is it? Where is it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, realtor. Oh, this guy thinks he's so bad. Okay. So
where's your material?
Or like, somebody told me, like I come, so these comments keep coming into my ear, not directly on face to face. Oh, Jas is showing off his Ferrari too much. He's doing it just show off. Great. Where's your Ferrari? Right.
Exactly.
Where is your Ferrari?
Mic drop.
Yeah. Is it in the garage always?
Stands, I would have just dropped the mic right there.
Is it in your garage?
Yeah.
That's why you're not showing it off? Okay. Show me your Ferrari is in the garage and you're not showing off to the world and Jas is showing off. Go fuck yourself, guys. You don't have it.
100%.
Yeah. Just being
100%.
jealous. Do something better in your life.
Yeah.
I'm driving Ferrari because I have it. As you're driving your Honda Civic, Toyota, Range Rover, whichever other car is, you're driving around, right? I'm driving the same thing. I'm driving the Ferrari because I purchased it. I wanted to drive it. I feel good about it. When you sit behind the steering, the feeling is amazing. I joke with it, like whether you have a money or not, but while you're sitting in the Ferrari, you feel like you're the king of the world. And that's the feel gives you with the Ferrari. It gives you the thrill. So this is what the people will talk. They need something to talk about.
100%.
Right.
I mean, the Ferrari just didn't show up. You worked your ass off to get it.
I don't know whether my team will allow me to say that. There was a person who commented on, I registered my Ferrari initially to Alberta plate.
Okay.
And somebody commented on he knows me. He commented on my Facebook or Instagram. Oh, you have Alberta plate. I said, yeah. Which one you have it on your Ferrari? Dude, fuck everything out of that. All you notice is Alberta plate because, okay, the insurance was cheap there. It was not that reason. I got my license. I was initially thinking, okay, I'm a businessman. I was thinking to have it there. It will be cheaper for me, less cost. Why not? I save money. I'm a businessman. I'm not an idiot just going to burn money. And my plan was to, have a place there and I can register it. It didn't work it out. I registered back to BC, but the people have such a, low IQ. Okay, dude, you have a Ferrari, but your plate is from Alberta, so you're saving taxes? Yeah, you save it too, or you show me where's your BC one.
That's the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is legitimately the game. It's like people that have a lot of money and have a lot of success in their life. Yeah, like they have a lot of nice things and they spend money, but most of them, if you speak with them, they save money in the smallest little ways. And
Wherever I
it's
can
for the
save
game.
money, I will save
Of
it.
course, why
Yeah,
not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not an idiot. A galat ball by bali.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a businessman. Whichever opportunity I come across, even if it is to save $1, I will save $1.
Yeah.
But why not? And what's wrong in it?
Nothing at all. It's like, what, you're gonna get the BC plate on just so you can go on TikTok and be like, I got BC plates, motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Or still they will say it. Oh, you only have a BC plate. Why is it not gold plated if you are that
Oh,
rich?
man. It's never enough.
There's always something people gotta say.
And that's the thing, like, rather than the person who's commenting, rather than them doing something that can go get them that Ferrari, they're busy commenting on yours.
Bro, people who have Ferraris, who are doing good in their life, they don't have a time to talk shit about other people. And that's what I've learned it. And that's what I focus on. Also things that I laugh and brush it off. I've never seen a person who's successful bashing me. Never seen a person who's successful, who's being at that league or above me, saying it, he's fucking showing off something. No, they respect the hustle. It's earned. I earned this Ferrari. Nobody gifted me. My whole life, I could never even dream of. If I go back 15 years ago when I came to Canada, somebody saying to me Ferrari, at that time buying a BMW was achievement for me. So forget about Ferrari. So it was not even a dream for me. I feel good about it, like I earned it. And everything, every moment, every second I drive it, I cherish my kids. When they sit next to me, they cherish it. That's for me is the biggest achievement. Like my daughter smile, laugh. My son laughs when they're sitting in the Ferrari. So that's what the feeling is. Nowhere compared to whatever you have it.
Man, you can't put a dollar value on that either,
No,
man.
that is the biggest achievement for me is when I see the smile on my kids' faces when they're sitting in the Ferrari. Because challenge is the Ferrari only have 2-seaters, so they always fight who wanted to. And literally I have to do every weekend, take them for a ride one by one, turn wise. And they count the time also. You gave him more time, I have less time.
Oh man, I love that.
That's amazing. And we kind of touched on this earlier, was saying that the bar is so low. But for those people that might be in the mindset, especially the younger generation, that might be in the mindset of, I know everything, I can do everything, everybody should listen to me, I don't want to do this and that because I feel like it's not right. Is there anything that you would recommend? Simple things, is that getting in the gym, having a mentor, having a regular schedule, whatever it is that can propel them in the right direction rather than just staying on the course of, I'm a victim, I can't do anything right, whatever it may be?
First thing I will start it to have that attitude, and I still have it. By the way, I haven't even not made it where I wanted to eventually going to be. I always tell myself, always a student, never a master. If ever I get an opportunity to learn about real estate, I learn it from whosoever it is. If there is a program, I think, okay, it's a seminar, I need to take it, I'll take it. Because that's an extra information I'm getting it. Never have it in my head that I know everything about it. So that's the fun answer when you think, okay, I can do it. This is easy for me. Yes, it may be easy, but whatever information you can get it, absorb it. You don't need to apply the whole information, what you're getting it, but have it. There's no harm in it. Be a student. Never think of your master. Second is be disciplined. Have a schedule. It may come across as a boring person. Like I have a fixed schedule. Every day, I'm waking up at 5, going to gym at a certain time, coming back, having a breakfast, going out of the house at 8:30, latest by 9, going back home at 8 o'clock. Whether I do a deal, whether I don't do a deal, every day I'm showing up to my office. First, I go to my construction sites. I have a construction company too, Oberoi. So we build luxury homes and improvements for the offices. That we do it on the side too. I go to those projects. We have about 3 to 4 projects right now going on. And then by 10:30, I come to my office. I leave office around 7:30 to 8. Whether I've done a $10 million deal, whether I've done a $0 deal, I will never go out of the office before the time it is. Like, okay, there's a $10 million deal done. Let's open up the bottles. Yes, I will open up the bottles, but after 8 o'clock. And we prefer to have it only on Friday. I don't drink. It may come across, I have a bar in my office, but I don't drink other than Fridays. Saturdays, occasionally, if I've invited to somebody's house or somebody's coming to every Friday I do drink, and I drink a lot. When I drink on Fridays, I drink a lot. Yes. But overall, I have a discipline. I have a routine. Saturdays, Sundays, I stay home. I'm a boring person that, if you could say, don't do too much parties. But that's what my routine is. And everybody can have a different routine, but have a routine in there. Have a discipline in your life. If you don't have a routine, you will never be disciplined. So if you're not disciplined, you will never able to achieve what you wanted to achieve in your life, because there's no plan in their place. That's what it is, right?
Absolutely. And what I'm hearing from that is you're scheduling your time.
Yes.
for the stuff like drinking or your enjoyment time that's scheduled. And I know a lot of people might think, oh, I'm trying to do something big. I can't have any drinks. I can't have any fun. But you're
No.
just scheduling.
Yeah, you
when can
schedule
do
it.
that.
Like this afternoon, we went to Cactus I went with my team member Maria to Cactus. I drank coffee. If it was Friday, I would have drank beer because I know it. Okay, Friday only I will do it. Two things happens with us. As one is my health is in check.
Yeah.
I'm not putting everything in my body. And second is I'm being disciplined. Okay, today is a weekday. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to drink. So here and there, some days it has. I'm not saying it every day has been the same. Like I'm being so firm on it, but 99% I have the routine, set it up, and I stick to that routine. That this is what routine. And if I have seen my growth has gone substantially much more when I set it up the routine as a back to 2020, and this all the schedule, everything was from then. But again, it was already been there. Like I was making a decent money. $500,000 is a lot of money to make it annually. But I felt, okay, how I can scale it to multiple high seven figures, how I can do it. So this is the only way. And I'm still on the track of it to go that side.
Yeah, it's
to keep
better to
doing.
have a plan and make adjustments than have no plan and just hope it works
Yes.
out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just copy to the people who are doing it already. There's no rocket science. Just copy them. I copied them. All those top 1% people in the league out there, whichever the stream, it doesn't need to be a real estate side realtors I'm talking about. In general, people who are successful in their life, they have a discipline. They wake up early in the morning. 99% people wake up early in the morning, they are successful. So I'm just doing the same thing. They have a routine set it up. They have a discipline in their life. That's what I'm trying to do it. Yeah, simple as this.
100%. You got to find what works for you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like at a point, like when TikTok especially started taking off, like there's a lot of these people that are very big sticklers. You got to do an ice bath. You got to stretch. You got to work out. You got to read a book. And it's just like, for some people that may work. Don't get me wrong. But I know for someone like me and for some people, it's like, okay, well, if I'm doing a morning routine, it's taking me an hour and a half to do it. I have no freaking energy left to do the other things, right? So maybe that doesn't work for you. Of course, maybe what it takes is just to find certain things that work. Like for me, Jas, like I won't drink as often as I used to now. Why? Because I find the rebound time that it takes for me to get back to full 100% in my brain, it takes 3 days. 100% it takes 3 days. And I see the different triggers that, like, don't I'll still have a good time if it's, a special occasion and things like that. But I know when work is calling, when we have a lot to do on that Monday morning, things like that, I'll sacrifice that Friday, the Saturday, or whatever it is. I'll do different things. I'll eat Five Guys burgers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Instead of dummying a bunch
But
of beers.
don't you enjoy that or cherish that? Okay,
I
you
love it.
love it, right?
I love it.
And that's what the feeling is. Also, me also.
Yeah.
I'm having a self-control.
Yes.
When I wanted to do something, but I'm not doing it because it's not good for me.
Yes.
In terms of eating, drinking, there's some kind of a relief, or you love it. Yes, I'm doing it. You feel proud about it. Okay.
Yes.
See, I can control. If you have a self-control, you can control anything.
Very true.
That's the whole purpose of people who do meditations. Also, they say you have to have a self-control on you, what
true.
to do and what not to do.
Yeah, because you gotta have that power too. If you know, like maybe the next morning you have a very important meeting, and someone's got a bottle to your mouth, and some people will be like, "He forced me to drink it." It's like, okay, but did he hold you down, open your mouth, pour it down? You're like, no, man, that did not happen. All you gotta say is no.
Yeah, all you have to say no. Exactly, that's what it is, right?
What is the biggest sale that you've gotten from social media? For all those agents that don't want to go into social media, I think it'd be a good perspective.
It would be a commercial one. If I think of it, is going to be around $8 million property.
Jeez,
wow.
I sold it.
Was this through TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok.
God
Majority of
bless
the
TikTok.
business comes from TikTok, surprisingly.
Wow.
Yes. I don't know how people more actually recognize me more than Instagram. I put more emphasis on Instagram than TikTok. It's just my personal liking.
Yeah.
I don't go to TikTok. My team posts everything on TikTok. I don't use it TikTok. But surprisingly, TikTok has been the best platform so far for me, hands down. Facebook and TikTok.
Interesting. Okay.
They are the best ones for me. TikTok was from where I got the biggest deal, commercial deal. It was close to 8 million. The person wants to buy it. He come to me, he following me on TikTok, and then he said, okay, I'm looking for commercial property. Luckily, I find it something for him, and that's how we closed it.
That's great.
He has done multiple transactions after that too, but that's the biggest one too. In what he exactly asked me, there's so many other clients have been residential ones, investment properties have been so many. Like every other day, I get somebody who wants to buy something from through TikTok. Yeah.
Wow.
The power of marketing.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
it is. You being consistent.
Yeah.
It took me 4 years to where I am now. Only last year or so, people have started recognizing me. But I was always having that confidence it will crack. It was difficult initially because I was paying salary to Claudia and Emmanuel. Okay, the third person and the fourth person just joined us. But these two people, I was paying salary. Before Emmanuel, there was another person I was paying. Matty was the person who was doing it. I was paying constantly every month around $10,000 to them. It was difficult. I was doubting myself too. Okay, is it going to work for me? Eventually, it will work or not. But now it has started giving me the results. So that's also very important to have that patience in this, because social media is not putting one video out there or 10 videos out there, 20 videos out there, and then it will work. There's no formula how many videos you have to put. Keep doing it until people start recognizing you. Oh, I know, I saw you. I saw you at social media. So until they don't say it, you keep doing it. Change your content if there's not many people who are able to recognize you. Don't scrap the whole model. Okay, this model didn't work for me. No, your content is not right. That's not people wanted to see from you. So that's the whole game, is you improvise on those
Are you
things.
constantly measuring it, Jas?
Every day.
The data? Okay.
Literally every day.
Okay.
Yes. My team get fed up with me because I said that, hey, listen, guys. Now they have said it, actually, Emmanuel can say about it. We were trying to change some strategies. We said, okay, when are we going to do it? And they have given me April 1st. Every day I was coming and saying, when are we going to start it? Jas, we told you already, April 1st. Okay. Can we do before that? No, we cannot. Because we have so much previous content which we have already edited. Let's that go out. Because I can see, okay, we can do better. And it kind of, I'm impatient too with that. Okay.
How long do you normally let it? How long do you normally let it sit for? Do you measure a week at a time, a month at a time, week at a time?
So
Okay.
we do it like 3 months plan.
Okay.
But every week we do Monday meetings and we see how it is going. One thing more I want to tell about it. I have a 3-month plan, let's say, and I realize it in first week. It's a mistake. I'm going to stop there and then. Even though my team oppose it, I will say, no, stop it. I realize it. I will tell them, okay, this is the reasons we are taking it. Or the most we will take 1 more week. This is a benefit of doubt if they don't get convinced. And then I will stop it. Because if you already realize that's a mistake, stop there and then. Not try to prove a point, okay, it was 3 months, what other people will think about, what your team members will think about, what it is. No. What will happen in that whole purpose is you're wasting the whole 3 months' time. And time is money. It's if you already realize the mistake is there, stop it right there and then. Change it. Don't scrap the plan of 3 months. Change the strategy. How you're going to be doing it. My goal is we have a targets, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So if my target is whatever the 3 months is, if I'm not able to execute with the plan strategy we are trying to do it, I'll stop it. Like the leads or the people I told you in the beginning, 3 people, 4 people on average, I stopped that. It's working fine. What else I wanted it? But I felt like, okay, there could be a better way rather than we can nurture these people online within the system before they come even meet me. Right? The funnel has to be strong enough. So they can be qualified by the system itself. And that's what we are working now in. So for some people, you feel like, dude, you're getting it. But I realize that there's a mistake in there. We have to fix that mistake before it goes too long, because you already realize the mistake. A lot of people realize the mistake, but they do it for whatever reason. They want to drag that mistake to keep going on. It will jeopardize the whole thing. It's not going to help you. It's going to harm you. So yeah, that's what my 2 cents here is. If you realize the mistake, stop there and then and fix it.
Got you.
I know you touched on it
Yes.
quite a bit here. So if someone here is watching and then is looking for a realtor and they come to you as a client, what should they expect from the Jas Oberoi Group?
We take care of everything. You are my client, Jas. You wanted to buy investment property. I'll take care of, not only I will find you a property. First of all, that's my duty. That's what I'm getting paid for. So that is there for, without saying it, that I will help you to find the property. You need a mortgage, we take care of that. We have a good connection team. You need a renovation, we take care of that too. You need a small work handyman, we take care of it. Lawyers, accountants, you need accounting to be fixed on your financing side in terms of when you're buying commercials. You need your corporate taxes to be paid properly, financially properly. So it's a one-stop place. We take care of everything. That's what we provide the concierge service also. So you close the deal with us. You get an email from my team. Anytime you need any plumbing, electrician, any person trademans, you don't need to go and Google it. Just call my office. We will set up an appointment for you and we will send it. That's a concierge service we provide them later on. As I mentioned in the beginning of it, your transaction, when you're doing any transaction, after the transaction is closed, the main relationship starts. And this is the best way to be in touch with them, to give them the importance that you don't need to run around. I have a team already. I have people, because I have a construction company, I have a people. All it takes my assistant to call them and say, hey, by the way, Karan wants you there. This is his number, call him and go. He will give them a business. They are happy. All I'm doing is connecting the dots together. Karan will feel happy. Okay, I didn't have to Google it and call some stranger into my house. This is a trusted guy. If he fucks up a job, I will call Jas. And they also know Jas has sent us. They're not going to fuck up the job because they're not going to get a business after that. So it's just being a middle person to help it. So we take care of everything. It's a one umbrella. I know it sounds very optimistic or overwhelmed that, okay, how can one person do it? I don't do it. I'm just the face. My team has it. I have a people with me who take care of everything. But I'm just the face talking to the client and saying it, okay, Jas, when you're buying the renovation project, I have done multiple renovation projects. I have done developments. I have flipped the properties as a pre-sales. I have done everything myself. So I know from my experience what mistakes I did it and how I overcome those mistakes and how I can make sure that you don't do those mistakes which I did it. Whatever I know it in my experiences, I will share that all with you. That's what it is if you're working with us. It's a hassle-free experience. Our tagline is real estate without the hassle. You don't have any hassle.
Perfect.
Leave it to
That
us.
is actually pretty
One-stop
awesome.
shop for everything.
Yes.
You don't hear that often. I will say that. My
Yeah.
experience in the industry, you do not
Usually
hear
one
that
guy
often.
calls, okay, I gotta call someone, then he calls someone, the next thing you know,
Oh,
seven
Yeah,
you
people
call this
okay,
guy,
yeah.
call this guy, because this guy feels annoyed, and you're like, should I keep calling him? I know.
See, if I'm selling what is real estate is a product. End of the day, we are selling a product, whatever you could name it. Because real estate, I feel like, is a product. If I'm selling this mic, for example, sitting on the table, if I know those screws from where to get it, if I know the base from where to get it, what die it needs to be, when I'm selling it to you and you have those doubts, I can clarify that rather than saying it, oh, I don't know from where the screw comes. I'm only selling you the mic. I don't know how this get manufactured, how the die is built. I don't know. That's the whole. It is very easy for me to sell when I know, okay, how the mortgage gets done, what numbers you need to be qualified. I'm not a mortgage person. I will still connect you with the specialist. But I know on the piece of paper and I'm writing it, whether you can qualify it or you cannot qualify it. What financials you need to be, basic knowledge you should be having it. I'm not manufacturing this mic myself, by the way, but I know from where to get the die, who built the die, what it takes to build a die, from where to get the screws. You need to know your product. So what happens is, if I know everything, all those answers, my credibility will already, in your eyes, will be raised. Okay, fuck, he knows everything. He's an expert. So I would rather doing my own work, legwork around, I'll just tell him to take care of it. It's as simple as that. That's what I do it in real estate. I know, okay, what are the accounting side? The banks want to see it on your finances. If you're buying a commercials, how to show the retained earnings, what are the retained earnings, how to dividend pay it off. Eventually, I will connect you with the accountant. Or if you have your own accountant, just tell him the same thing. But you should be knowing your product before you're selling it. Challenge where it comes in, I get a license, go on a Paragon, look at the properties, which any person can look it on a Google, and you send it e-blast. Here are the properties, let's go and see. And dude, that's not your job is only. You should be knowing it, what it takes to be helping him, his purpose is solved or not. If he's a first-time buyer, what it takes, how much money he has to put it in down, whether he will qualify for that condo or not. Before you connecting with the mortgage person, you could tell them, this is not the numbers you can qualify. You should be knowing it, how to debt service. Like there's so many things out there. This is all I tried. This is my nature. It helped me in the way I'll try to absorb the information as much I can with the real estate, whatever is attached to. That's why I hang out with the people. I love to do lunch or dinners with them, the people who are knowledgeable related to real estate. It could be a mortgage specialist, it could be an accountant, it could be a lawyer. I ask my accountant so many questions which is not even related to my own company. She also sometimes also laughed at, Jas, why are you asking it? I said, just wanted to, out of the curiosity.
Yeah.
Hey, if this situation happens, what you will do it? This situation happen, how you can do it, overcome those things. With the lawyers, what are the laws? What are the things we can take care of it? What kind of a clause I can use it here? I'll absorb that information, not going to use it right there and then. But when I'm having a coffee with the lawyer, he's giving me that free information, which he has tons of experience on it. I'm collecting it all. That's
Still
all.
being the
Store
student.
in my head.
Yeah.
And when the time comes, use that information and connect him back to that same person who's given me the information. Here you go.
Yep.
This is the expert. You talk to them, but have a knowledge about it, what you're talking. Right.
Still being a student. in that
Always
process.
be a student. Always be
Absolutely.
a student, never be a master. It is very clear. I never thought about I know everything in real estate. I love to sit with the people who are knowledgeable, skillful, successful, because they have done mistakes and I learn from their mistakes. I just ask them, what are the mistakes you have done it and should avoid? And they're being very honest with them. And that's the best part about being a successful is people, they are not insecure with your success. Majority of the people have been successful, have gone through the hustle. They respect someone else's hustle. That's why I said it in the earlier too in the podcast. They're not going to bash you down. They're not going to be, be jealous of you. They will, if they're not cherishing your success, at least they will acknowledge it and they said, okay, this is what you could do to be a better person in life overall. So yeah, just sit with the smart people who have done it already. You don't need to be over smart. Just sit with them and learn from them.
First, I guess one question that we always ask towards the end, Jas, is a message that you have anyone that's listening that maybe, wants to do something with their life. What would
Whether
you
real estate or just business.
Any business, I would say to it, be honest with you, with your business and with yourself. If you're honest with your business, that will cater everything. Your client, your trademans, whatever it is going to be. You have to be honest with your business. If you're not honest with your business is not going to treat you well. And you will know it. For example, if I'm not honest with my own business, real estate, if I'm not honest with my real estate will kick me out pretty soon. And that's what happens is a lot of people come and go because they are not honest with their business. That gimmick part can work only for 1 year, 2 years. It cannot be consistently going back again and again and again. So be honest, be who you are. Don't try to copy someone else because you will never able to be what the other person is and you will lose your own identity. You're kind of a lost person then, right?
Awesome. No, that was great. I really enjoyed this conversation. Got to learn about Jas a little bit
Great
more.
time, Jas.
No.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming.
For everyone listening on our channel, on House Talks, please check out Jas's Unplugged with Jas Oberoi Group. If you're looking for a realtor, give Jas a call.
Thank you.
And thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate it. If you like this episode, please subscribe to our channel, subscribe to Jas's channel. It'll be much appreciated. And if you enjoyed this, you think that you could help out a fellow realtor of yours and your family, your friend circle, or even yourself, whatever, share it and be good.
Yes. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.